What's up, investors? It's the Russian dude, and apparently China no longer trusts the US economy. Today we're gonna take a look at this graph, which shows the investments of other countries into the US treasuries, and basically discuss why this is happening, what could be the reasons for this, what can be the potential outcome. As you can see from this graph, which starts approximately from 2014 and it represents the billions of dollars invested into the US economy, it has four different lines: Europe, Japan, China, and summarized as the rest of the world. European and so-called the rest of the world investments into the US economy increased over the last decade or so. Europe specifically also as a whole, because obviously this is not just one country, increased its investments into the US economy by $1.5 trillion, while the rest of the world increased its investments by $1.7 trillion. Then we have the Chinese and Japanese investments into the US treasuries. And basically, respectively, as you can see from this graph, the Japanese investments, they stayed more or less the same. Sometimes they were investing in American economy, sometimes they were taking money out. But long story short, over the last 10 years, the Japanese investments remained approximately in the negative $100 billion territory. But China specifically decreased its investments by $500 billion, almost $500 billion, which is an absolutely significant number. Obviously, one of the main reasons for this was one of the presidency of Donald Trump, and you already know that he's not a big fan of China. Then recently he got re-elected, he's taken the office in January, and well, long story short, as you can see, the investments by Chinese, they did not re-accelerate, they continued to move downwards, which pretty much, and also almost forgot to mention, Xi Jinping is a relatively good friend of Putin, at least on paper. That is why they jointly collaborate to reduce the influence of the Western countries, specifically America, on the eastern part of the planet. For these reasons, these countries, they try to use the US dollar less and less in their transactions between these countries, preferring their national currencies. And also specifically for China, they started to reduce their investments in the US national debt. And there is a reason why I did say US national debt, because this is the problem at this point. I would say these are the main topics of my videos on this channel. Because yeah, I mean, if a YouTuber, if a random YouTuber, we see that there is a problem with the US just continuously getting money out of nowhere, like money literally grows on the trees, eventually this will collapse. People on YouTube see it, American government most certainly sees it. It's not like just that they are just doing anything to solve the problem, at least for now. And obviously other countries see it as well, not just friends of America, but especially their enemies. And so China, which also now became pretty much the second strongest economy in the world, and it continues to outpace the growth of the US economy, which basically means if the growth remains the same, maybe, most likely China will surpass America at some point in the future. For this reason, yeah, absolutely there is not a single chance for them to continue its thrust into the US economy, while also once again having powerful allies on their side, such as for example Russia, India, Brazil, and the rest of BRICS countries. Potentially this can have a pretty bad consequences for the future of the US. Once again, we do know the dire situation of the US national debt. And well, whenever foreign money is no longer there for the American economy, I'm not saying that they are using obviously this money to pay their down debt, no way, but still, just it shows that the trust in the US financial system reduces. These powerful countries, first and foremost, like China, once again Russia, they stop cooperating financially, at least with America, and then other less significant countries will follow maybe the example of these powerful allies, further diminishing the influence of America on the rest of the world. Only the time will tell, but the fact is the fact. China is having less faith in the US financial system. And as always guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, if it was interesting and informative for both, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and see you tomorrow.